Would you like to have a marketing plan for 2020 that will take you to your real estate goals? If so, this is the video you're going to want to check out. In fact, this is a must. I'm going to show you how to make sure that your 2020 real estate career gets you to exactly where you want to be. Watch this video. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the channel. My name is Kevin Smullin with 2Q Lead Generation Strategies. If you are new to the channel, welcome. We are glad you're here. And what we are all about is helping real estate agents generate more leads, be more effective with their social media, and reach new highs in their real estate career. So if you're wanting more tips, more strategies, more ways to accomplish your real estate goals, this is the place to be. Please consider subscribing. We'd love to have you here as part of our community. In today's video, what we're going to be talking about is creating a marketing plan for next year. So the date that I'm recording this is, let's see, November 26th. It is Tuesday. And so we are just about to Thanksgiving and just about to that time of year where a lot of people just tend to go a little casual, kind of shut things down for the holidays and start planning and thinking about next year. So with that being the time that we're in right now, now is the perfect time to do this video where we're talking about business planning and creating a marketing plan. So for this video, so first things first, if you want to receive more tips and strategies like this, like I said, please consider subscribing. Just click that little notification bell and you'll get notifications anytime we put out new content. Please check that out. Now I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and we're going to walk you through this business planning process. So anytime we're creating a business plan, what we really want to know is we want to start figuring out what it is, what the goal is that you actually want to achieve. So in order for us to really figure that out, we just need to spend a little time knowing what it is that you're going to accomplish. So as we talk about this, really the best place to start is just figuring out what your income goal is for 2020. So the first place that we want to start is, that's the first question. How much money do you want to make this year? Grab a piece of paper, write down whatever number it is that you want to make for 2020. Now, if you're watching this video after some time, where the year's already started, that's fine. Just start with the next 12 months in mind. So what is your income goal basically for the next 12 months? Now, the next thing that we want to figure out is, what is your average sales price? And depending on where you live and what home prices are in your area, obviously this is going to be different for pretty much every single one of you. And so that's our next objective, is figuring out what is your average sales price. Once we know that, now we want to figure out what's your average commission rate. So if you're earning 3% typically, then go ahead and use that. If you're earning some other amount consistently, go ahead and use that. So I realize that some deals you make more and some deals you make less. That's fine. I don't really care about either end of it. It's more just what's the middle of the road, what's typical for you. So in this example, I'm just saying I want to make 150,000. My average sales price here where I live, it's typically around 300,000. And the average commission is 3%. So knowing that, we're just going to figure out what your gross commission per transaction is. So it's just simple math. You're going to take your average sales price, you're going to multiply by your commission rate. And so in this case, if I'm earning 300,000 on average, or that's the sales price, and I do a typical 3% commission, then that is $9,000 of gross commission that I've earned per transaction. So it's funny, I meet tons of agents who say that they're terrible at math. And it's funny because every agent I know, they can calculate 3% without a calculator. It's pretty amazing, pretty amazing how that works. So anyway, now that we know what you are worth gross commission per transaction, it's just simple math. We're going to take your income goal and we're going to divide by your gross commission per transaction. So in this case, if I want to make $150,000 a year and I make $9,000 on average per transaction, that means I need 16.6 transactions to get to my goal. Or since I can't have 0.6 of a transaction, we're just going to round up to 17. So in this case, I need 17 transactions in the year 2020 for me to reach my goal. So this is step one of knowing what your marketing strategy should be. Is we've just got to figure out what it is that you want to achieve. So in my case, 17 is the number that I need. If you have followed the directions this far, you should know exactly how many transactions you're going to need in 2020 based on your average sales price, your commission rate, your income goal to get to where you want to go. Now, with that being said, now that I need 17 transactions, it just becomes a question of how I'm going to get them, right? How do I generate enough leads to get to that point? So with that being said, what a lot of people, what you need to know is in order to get there, you need to know what your lead conversion rate is. In other words, how many leads does it take you to generate one transaction? Now, the numbers on this are shocking if you've never seen it. The National Association of Realtors, they report on this stuff all the time. And what they have found is that on average, it's about 0.8 of a percent, not 80%, 0.8 of a percent up to about 1.4%. That's the range that they see. So what that means statistically is that it's about a 1%, give or take a little bit, per conversion ratio. So meaning out of every 100 leads you generate, that you're going to convert one of them into an actual transaction. That is the industry standard. Now, there's a lot of things that play into that. There's tons of variables. A lot of it depends on where you're getting your business from, the type of business that you're doing. Again, there's all kinds of things that factor into that. However, what matters the most is we just need to figure out a lead conversion rate. So I'm just going to take 1% as an example. So here's how this works. I'm just going to pull up a calculator real quick. Did I pull up one? Nope. There we go. Now we've got a calculator. So in my example, I needed 17 transactions to get to where I want to go. So let's say that my lead conversion rate, if I just use the industry standard, let's say that it's 1%. So I'm just going to divide by 0.01, that's 1%. So 17 divided by 0.01, and that tells me how many leads in a year I need to generate. So in order for me to reach my goal based on my lead conversion rate, I need 1,700 leads over 2020 to get to where I want to go. Now, for a lot of you who are calculating your numbers and you're seeing this lead number for the first time, a lot of times it takes your breath away because it's like, wow, I didn't realize that's what I needed to hit my goal. Now, because that's an annual goal, we're going to divide by 12. And that's just telling you how many leads you need to generate per month to reach your goal. So if I want to reach 17 transactions, I need to reach 142 leads per month. So I have to generate 142 leads per month if I'm having a 1% conversion ratio to get to where I want to go. Okay, that's what that means. So now that you have this, now it just comes down to a strategy of what is your plan to generate 142 leads per month or whatever your magic number is, right? You have to have a plan to get there. So what ends up happening with so many real estate agents is they divide and conquer. They say, well, I'm going to get 3 transactions here and 2 here and 5 here. And now they're doing 30 different things to try and generate business. Where if you really focused on the last year, where most of your business comes from, the stereotypical agent, probably I'd say at least 70% of your business comes from your sphere of influence, people that know you socially, right? So for most people, that's where the lion's share of their business comes from, is from the people that already know who they are. So with that being said, one of the main questions you want to ask yourself, if most of your business is coming from your SOI, the natural question is, what are you doing marketing-wise to market to your SOI? If your answer is nothing, then that's a problem. You're leaving money on the table, right? One of the things that we teach people with social media is how to generate actual transactions from your past clients and sphere of influence. There's a very specific course that we have that teaches people how to do that. It's called our Past Client and Sphere of Influence marketing boot camp, where we show them step by step how to do everything. Upload their list, run ads to those people, contact them. It's our exact formula and process to generate business from your relationships. That's what we talk about. Is that course is how to monetize your relationships. I'm going to put a link to that course down below. So if you're sitting here watching this saying, Kevin, I don't know how to do that. Well, I do. There's a link down below. Go check out that course. That particular course is $97. Extremely inexpensive, very effective way for marketing to this group of people. Now, since that's the lion's share of your business, the rest of it is just like, well, where am I going to go? Well, one of the things we specialize in is teaching people how to use Facebook as a lead generation tool. So one of the things that we also offer, I'll put a link to it down below, is our Buyer Leads Bootcamp, where we show people a very specific campaign. It's where we're marketing a listing to get potential interest from buyers. And as we do that, it gives you a lead that you can start following up on. And so that course, the Buyer Leads Bootcamp 2.0, I did revise it for this coming year because of a lot of the changes that Facebook made. That course is down below. I'll put a link to it. It's $37. Super inexpensive. And what's cool about it is the marketing and the posts and the tools that you're going to need to follow up, all included in the course, all the templates, everything you need, right? Makes things really, really simple. And then one of the things that we also specialize in is teaching people how to use Facebook, in essence, as a database. So it basically works like this, where we are teaching people to generate leads from a variety of different sources. And once we've generated those leads, that's only half of the puzzle. The second half comes in as these leads come into like a funnel or a database, where we're going to teach you how to use Facebook as your marketing database that we just consistently, repetitively drip on people, stay in touch, maintain contact so that that trust builds. They become more aware, they become more interested. At the time where they're ready to make a decision, they work with you and become a transaction because they have seen you over and over and over and over again. So the simple truth, as we're talking about a marketing blueprint, is that part of the problem that you need to solve is generating enough leads, right? So you saw on that calculator, I needed to generate 142 leads a month. That's the first thing you've got to have a plan for in your marketing, is how am I going to generate that many leads to get to my number? Now, once you've solved that problem, there's a second problem that you've got to solve, which is, now that I'm generating leads, what am I doing to convert them into actual transactions, as you see here? So it takes lead conversion and lead generation. If you don't have a solution for both of those, then you do not have a marketing strategy. If you would like to take our system, this is our marketing blueprint of how we generate leads and how we use Facebook as a system to drip and build trust and cultivate those leads, then we have also a course for that. It's called our the Revolutionary Agent. I will also put a link to that. Now, that one is more expensive because it is our master's course on Facebook that shows you how to do everything that I've talked about and more. So the Facebook Buyer Leads Bootcamp, that's part of it. The marketing to your past clients and your sphere of influence, that's also part of this course. So it is our master's course. It is massive, but it will help you master how to market to your people on social media. So again, the whole concept with this video is to help you figure out a couple things. Number one, what is your income goal, right? You have to know what that is. Number two, what is your transaction goal? How many transactions is it going to take you to get there? Number three, how many leads are you going to need to get to that goal based on your lead conversion rate? And then number four, what is your marketing plan to get to that number of leads? If you don't have a plan on how to get to that number of leads, then you've got something that you need to figure out, right? So we have solutions and things that will help you with this. Again, I've put a lot of those links below. We also even offer services to where we help you do this and we help you build these systems for your business in our coaching program. If that interests you, reach out, connect with me, and I'm happy to explain how that works. But the whole point of this video is to help you realize what it takes to get from your goal to having a specific marketing plan to get there. It doesn't happen by accident. And in years past, if you've just said, well, I hope that happens, you probably know from experience that it doesn't. So the sad thing that I've learned over and over again, I learned it from my own business, I learned it from helping lots of other agents, is that we all have good intentions. We want to make things happen. But if you don't have a way to automate and make things happen in your business, I'll just tell you, you're making things harder than it needs to be. We have clients who are generating hundreds of leads every single month and closing multiple deals per month off of the things that they're doing on Facebook. Many of them are generating leads as cheap as like $1, $2 per lead. It's insanely inexpensive. It's just a matter of having the right system and the right strategy for doing it. So hopefully this video was helpful. Again, the whole point is helping you map out what are your lead needs, what do you have to get to where you want to go, and then what is your blueprint for getting there. So if you have questions, again, reach out. Make sure you subscribe. You're going to get more tips, more strategies, and in fact, most of the videos on our channel will show you exactly how to do pieces of what it is that we're talking about. Also, make sure you click the thumbs up button, give us a like. That split second makes a big difference, and we appreciate your support. Other than that, make it a great week. In fact, make it a great year, since that's what we're talking about. I hope you absolutely crush and destroy your real estate goals for 2020. If we can be a part of that and you'd like our help, reach out. Otherwise, make it a great week, and we'll talk to you in the next video. Take care.